Hi all, my name is Richard Sharman, and welcome to my man's cave. This is my workshop and we're going to be going over a couple of restoration projects, namely the Ninja first of all. This is a 600 cc and was bought actually last year, 2019, but due to work issues and such, I haven't been able to get round finally until recently. Where we are at the moment is carb cleaning. So this bike has some 23,000 miles on the clock and it hasn't had any service at all. So as you can see, the carbs are looking nice and clean at the moment, and tonight we will be basically commissioning them. As you can see, we've got a new fuel filter in there. Everything else was fine. The battery needed charging, so here we go. Also for the to-do list, there's this rusty chain needs replacing, front and rear sprockets. But whilst the rear wheel's off, I will be restoring the surface finish on the paint. As you can see, it looks like it needs it. Moving to the front, yeah, interesting paint tier there. So hopefully I'll sort that out. We've got the lovely and very famous Takiko brakes, 6-pot brakes. I can't get them to bleed for love nor money. This isn't my first Ninja. I've had a 750 and 900 most recently, and these brakes are an absolute nightmare. I've got some Nissan 4-pots on order. As you can see, the bottom there, we have some braided line going to it. I've upgraded the levers for the clutch and the brake master piston. Lovely. That is hopefully going to be a razor sharp braking when it comes to riding on the road. Also, I've changed the oil. We've got a new oil filter in there, and it all really needs a good tidy up. So, what we're doing today, as mentioned, I've ordered a carb kit from eBay. Cleaned it all up, put new seals on, and we're just going to be connecting the lines and see how she runs. Guys, before the tank goes on, it's better to use a remote tank. You can ensure clean fuel, but what I've done is I've emptied this tank out myself, and it's good to check the condition of the fuel filter in the tank. As you can see, it's clean, so I'm happy with using this fuel tank to set the carbs up with. Again, better practice would be to use something like this container upside down with a fuel line that's going to go straight into your fuel filter and into the carb system. Fantastic news, it started up straight away from the carb clean. Really happy with that. So it's late at night, unfortunately, won't be running it that long. But thumbs up. Hi, so after I've cleaned the carbs, I've put them on and I've run the bike for 5 minutes, running it up to temperature, checking how the idle sits, checking how it runs up in the rev range. You don't want any hanging, you don't want any lag, you want a nice crisp acceleration and hitting the idle perfectly. But the first check after those things, the physical check, is actually to check the spark plugs. So if they are black, then the mixture is too rich, and if the spark plugs are clean, then maybe it is on the lean side, but we do actually want the spark plugs to be pretty similar to this. As you can see, I've taken 2 out so far. I'm going to take all 4 out and adjust the mixture screw, which is, as you can see, the float chamber. The mixture screw is under the float chamber in there, and we are turning in to lean out, and we are twisting out to richen the mixture. See you shortly. As you can hear, she's running quite nicely on takeover. About 800 RPM, and it's a very cold day. I'm happy with how things are going. So run it 2 or 3 minutes more. So whip the tank off and check the spark plugs that get out again. There's only cylinders 2 and 3 that were heavily coked. The rest of the 1 and 4 were fine. So good so far. So when putting the air box back on, make sure it's clean, not like mine. The ducts go in at the leading edge here, and we've got 2 smaller size bolts with the larger ones at the back, and then smaller ones at the front. Also, your air filter is going to sit in here. Okay, so he's going to let the engine breathe. So folks, that's the airbox on, screwed down. Put the tank on, connect that up to the fuel filter, and we've got this special bracket here on the 1999 Zx6r. This bracket holds both the back end of the tank down and the battery in, so that's pretty nifty. And then just a couple of bolts on the front there. So in the next session, what I'm going to be doing is removing the rear hugger. I've already taken the sprocket cover off, it's loose as you can see. We will be removing the back wheel, the chains, replacing the front sprocket. Let's have a look at her. There's a front sprocket. You can see some wear there on the teeth, almost curling of the cog, the splines, and look at the condition of the chain. Absolutely fantastic. Hope the alarm doesn't go off. And look at the rear sprocket. Got some new parts here on the shelf. Chain, link, front sprocket and rear sprocket to go on. These bits have just been sourced from eBay, guys. Nothing special, but we'll be doing the job very accurately with vernier calipers and a chain removal tool. So tune in for the next episode. Guys, I've noticed actually when I'm revving the engine up, for in between 1 to 3,000 RPM, the revs pick up quite sluggish. Thereafter, she then picks up. So I'm going to have to do a bit of research and come back to why, interesting sound, why the revs aren't picking up from idle. I'll get back to you on that. If you've got any answers on that, please comment below, like the video and share. Together we'll get there and be racing in the season of 2021.